Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. When the coal and iron fields of Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire were discovered, the firm of Carston, Waite and Company was one of the first to appear on the scene. Amid tremendous excitement, Lord Palmerston formally opened the company's first mine at Spinney Park, on the edge of the Sherwood Forest. Carston, Waite and Company found they had struck on a good thing. So down the valleys of the brooks from Selby and Nuttall, new mines were sunk, until soon there were 6 pits working. From Nuttall, high up on the sandstone among the woods, the railway ran down to Spinney Park, then on to Minton, a large mine among cornfields. From Minton across the farmlands of the valley side to Bunker's Hill, branching off there and running north to Beggarleys and Selby. 6 mines like black studs on the countryside, linked by a loop of fine chain, the railway. To accommodate the regiments of miners, Carston, Waite and Company built the squares, great quadrangles of dwellings on the hillside of Bestwood, and then, in the brook valley, they erected the bottoms. The bottoms consisted of 6 blocks of miners' dwellings, 2 rows of 3, like the dots on a blank 6 domino, and 12 houses in a block. This double row of dwellings sat at the foot of the rather sharp slope from Bestwood, and looked out, from the attic windows at least, on the slow climb of the valley towards Selby. Gertrude Morrell was not anxious to move into the bottoms, which was already 12 years old and on the downward path when she descended to it from Bestwood. But it was the best she could do. She came down in the July, and in the September expected her 3rd baby. She was 31 years old and had been married 8 years. Gertrude Morrell came of a good old burgher family. Her grandfather had gone bankrupt in the lace market at a time when so many lace manufacturers were ruined in Nottingham. Her father, George Coppard, was an engineer, a large, handsome, haughty man, proud of his fair skin and blue eyes, but more proud still of his integrity. Gertrude resembled her mother in her small build, but her temper, proud and unyielding, she had from the Coppards. When she was 23 years old, she met, at a Christmas party, a young man from the Airwash Valley. Morrell was then 27 years old. He was well set up, erect, and very smart. He had wavy black hair, ruddy cheeks, and a red, moist mouth, which was noticeable because he laughed so often and heartily. He had that rare thing, a rich, ringing laugh. Gertrude Coppard had watched him, fascinated. He was so full of colour and animation, he was so ready and pleasant with everybody. She herself was the opposite. She had a curious, receptive mind which found much pleasure and amusement in listening to other folk. She loved ideas, and was considered very intellectual. What she liked most of all was an argument on religion or philosophy or politics with some educated man. Walter Morrell seemed melted away before her. She was to the miner that thing of mystery and fascination, a lady. Gertrude Coppard watched him as he danced, a certain subtle exultation like glamour in his movement. She thought him rather wonderful, never having met anyone like him. She was rather contemptuous of dancing. She had not the slightest inclination towards that accomplishment. She was a Puritan, like her father. Therefore the dusky, golden softness of this man's sensuous flame of life, that flowed off his flesh like the flame from a candle, seemed to her something miraculous. He came and bowed above her. A warmth radiated through her as if she had drunk wine. "Now, do come and have this one with me," he said caressively. "It's easy, you know. I'm pining to see you dance." She smiled, and her smile was very beautiful. It moved the man so that he forgot everything. "No, I won't dance," she said softly. Not knowing what he was doing, he often did the right thing by instinct. He sat beside her, inclining reverentially. "But you mustn't miss your dance," she reproved. "Nay, I don't want to dance that. It's not one as I care about." "Yet you invited me to it." He laughed very heartily at this. "I never thought of that. That not long in taking a curl out of me."